Hello, everyone. I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Elden Ring. Um, Last we left off, well, I'm trying to think if I say we kind of finished up Shadow Altus here. Yeah, it's probably the best way to describe it. As the sun rises over the hill. Um, we actually started out at the Rao base at the Temple Town Ruins Grace. Just bring it up. Started this grace here, and then we went and popped up some spirit springs to go to the northern nameless mausoleum. Um, there we fought the NPC Red Bear. Yep. Turned out he was a former red mane who sought to be a bear. He wanted to be a red bear, I guess, but he wasn't too bad. I mean, he could definitely been a lot worse than he could have, because he did have one of the higher enemy NPC scalings in Shadows of the Erd Tree. So if we weren't careful or lucky, he could have wiped the floor with us pretty easily. Even though we did have Shadow Blessing level 10, so it wasn't impossible. It wasn't, well, not impossible, but he wasn't going to instantly kill us. I'll just leave it at that. He wasn't going to like wipe the floor with us, but we still could. I mean, this is a FromSoft game, so any enemy can beat the crap out of us if we're not careful. But he was a challenge, but he wasn't that much of a challenge. Strategy was basically just to use two-handed great axe and outpoise his poise, I guess. I'm trying to think of the right word to use. I just stick with, two-hand great axe and just break his poise. So every time he comes in to attack, we just swing and hit him and break his poise so he'll kind of flinch. So kind of like, I want to say stun lock because he could get out of it, but inhibit him from attacking. Okay, I'm not really quite sure how to describe it, but we just break his poise, be careful of his Bear Roar and his Ash of War. Those are the only two things that you really couldn't, poise break him through. Just mesmerized by the little golden glow of the sun behind the tree. But anyway, so we took on Red Bear. Luckily, we beat him on the first try. I was totally expecting to die at least once or twice, just because, again, his Ash of War, it hits multiple times, gives him extra poise, so you can't stance or poise break him. Poise break him easily, I should say. And his incantation is the Bear Roar, the Roar of Regalia? I'll just call it Regalia. You can do that roar, and it is a bigger AoE than you would think, and it does a lot of damage. So he did try to do it once or twice. He did get it off once. I think he tried once again, but we kind of, I want to say AI break it out. I don't know. But he tried to do it again, but he didn't do it. But anyway, so we beat him up, got his stuff, his iron rivet, armor, gauntlets, foot wraps, greaves, and the Fang helmet, or is it helmet? Or is it just like a... Oh, it is a helmet. It's more like a circuit, or a crown almost. But anyway, we got his armor and his weapons, the Red Bear Claws, Beast Claw type weapons, but I don't really like Beast Claw weapons, so they're in storage. But anyway, after that, we came back up here to the plateau, and we took on the Furnace Golem by the camp out there, and then we took on the camp itself. We cleared it out of all the Mesmer soldiers and Black Knights and some perfumers. Picked up a cookbook that allows us to make the Golden Bow consumable. Picked up the Black Steel Twin Blade from one of the Black Knights that drops it, guaranteed drop. And we picked up the Rolling Sparks Ash of War from one of the Floating Scarab. Trying to think what else is up there. That was good, really. Yeah. Just a bunch of soldiers, knights, and some items. The Twin Blade's definitely going to be using those when we get into the keep. But yeah. Yep. And then as we approached the keep, Miquella broke his Great Rune. Yep. Which released the charm enchantment on all of the NPCs in the Shadows of the Earth Tree. So, yep. And that was it. That's basically all we did. Took on an NPC boss, Furnace Golem, and cleared out the camp to break Miquella's rune. Or have Miquella break his rune. Yeah. Yeah, it's scripted to break as you approach the keep and as you pass this point around here in the past Bonny Village. Those two spots, Miquella will break his rune at that point. So, but between episodes, all I really did was I upgraded the Black Steel Twin Blade, upgraded the Smith Script Shield, I think both to 24. I'm not quite ready to commit to a plus 25 yet. I have 8 regular Ancient Smithing Stones and 6 Somber Ancient Smithing Stones, but the Hoarder in me is saying I don't need to do that, so I'm going to hold on to them for now. Sold some stuff, put stuff away, shuffled some pots. Not a whole lot. And for today, we're just going to be talking to a bunch of NPCs. Okay, we have Hornsent and Letta here. We got Tholier down here. Freya over here. Ansbach and more down there. Trying to think of what else. I don't think Grandam has anything to say. The Dragon Priestess doesn't care. Yeah, we just have a bunch of NPCs to talk to. And then after that, we'll go back to this grace and make our way up this way to the Cathedral of Manus Metyr. This place. Yep. We're going to clear out the surrounding area, and then we'll go inside and talk to even more NPCs. So, yep. And that's the plan so far. And if we have time, we'll go back down. The NPC we'll meet in Metyr here is Ymir. We'll meet him here. We'll talk to him, and he'll give us and I'll start his little quest line for him. Excuse me. And then, if time permits, we'll at least do the first step in that quest line, which is to go blow into a horn at I think it's this ruins here, but that's if we have enough time. We should, hopefully. So, yeah, that's the plan for today. And equipment for today, starting off with the Hook Claws plus 25 with Braggart's Roar, because I'm a bear. No, Braggart's Roar is a weapon buff that increases physical damage, damage negation, as well as provides stamina regen boost. A boost to stamina regen. All in one skill for, I think, 60 seconds. So, the damage part, you'll see the damage negation, for whatever reason, won't show up on the character stats here, but it is in effect. I have tested it, so it does work. And stamina, I think it's not a lot, but it's any stamina regen amount increase is good. So, bow, seal, shield. I got my little red bear get up. The pelt again. This time I got the rivet armor, gauntlets, and the Greave of Solitudes, because I think it looks cool. Yeah, and I went with the hook claws instead of the bear claws because, again, I don't care for the beast claw weapon type. It's not for me. But I think hook claws would probably be a bit better. Bulgo Talisman, so we have at least 51 effective poise. Winged Sword because multi-hit with the claws. Crusader because it's really good for open field exploration. Damage boost every time we kill an enemy, and that's anything we can lock onto, really. Blue Dude just because it's really good. Green Burst Hearts here. Starting with the Ancient Bolt Pots. This might change. This will change out later on. Boiled Crab and Divine Bird Warrior. Ornis. Sticking with Ornis for now. Because. Actually, probably going to have to... I'm trying to think. This one's definitely better. Put that on there. We're probably gonna need that. But anyway, yep. Oh, and here's the stats. Pretty much the same as last episode. I did upgrade our. We did have enough scatter tree fragments to get our blessings to level 11. So we're one away from the blessing level soft cap. But again, we'll go past that. We'll try to get all the way up to 20. Spells: Catch Flame, Light's Lightning Spear, Pest Threads, Bear Roar, Aeonia. I have Electrify Armaments because I can apply it to the hook claws if we need it. Vow and Heal. Yep. Oh, and I do have Rykard's Great Rune as well because it's really good. All right. Shall we start talking to our NPC buddies? I think so. And we'll start off with you. I guess your dramatic effect, I guess.
Intriguing. What remains there to be said? Do you presume us allies even now? Though Miquella's spell is newly broken, I must profess. The spell mattered little. Uphold his covenant, Miquella shall. And in godhood redeem our rueful clan. Then Marika and vilest Erdtree both will at last be from divinity wrenched. And surely, contented I will be.
So you have faith in Miquella, keep upholding his end of the bargain and seeing your revenge carried out?
But first, clear resounds the call of vengeance. The Impaler, Mesmer, must pay his due. In vengeance for the flames. My blade I wield. How could I allow myself to forget? Revenge alone assures me peace of mind.
So I guess at this point, revenge is what's keeping you going, huh? Revenge against Mesmer and his flame.
Think not to hinder me upon my path, lest you too wish to face the reckoning.
All right. No, we won't get in your way. In fact, we'll actually summon you for his fight, actually. Just because. Well, not just because. It's just summoning him for Mesmer fight makes the fight a bit easier, obviously. Why make it hard on myself? But if you summon him at Mesmer's fight, he'll show up as an NPC invader in the Rao ruins instead of let a fight. So that's why we'll summon him there.
Think not to hinder me upon my path, lest you too.
All right, so I think that's all you have to say. Oh, Lita. I'll actually come back to you. Well, nah. We'll talk to you now.
Oh, hello. Did you feel it? Miquella the Kind's enchantment appears to have broken. But while my devotion to kindly Miquella remains unchanged, by my troth I am not so sure about the others. No, wait. Perhaps this is a blessing in disguise. I can wield my sword to cull the undeserving, those unfit to bask in tender Miquella's presence. I should have thought of this earlier.
Oh, Lita. Well, you were nice, but now you're kind of back to your old self, I guess.
Right. It's time to begin ferreting out. Those of us who don't deserve to be at kindly Miquella's side.
Alright, so you can suggest Tholier if you've talked to him before. You can suggest Horn Scent. I think if you talked to him before as well. But I want to say if you suggest Tholier, she'll ask again, and you can suggest Horn Scent again. And if you suggest both of them, she'll end up with Horn Scent anyway. Like, Horn Scent will probably be your main target. If you get both, if you just do Tholier, I'm not quite sure what happens, because I haven't done it myself. And besides, we actually like Tholier. We're actually going to need him later on, so we're actually just going to suggest Horn Scent straight up. We can always do both and hope for the best. Yeah, screw it. Why not?
Thiolier. It's true. His devotion to St. Trina is plain to see. I fear his vows to Miquella the Kind are merely secondary. But for this very reason, Thiolier is incapable of betrayal. St. Trina's love for kind Miquella is boundless. She is, after all, his other half. Or perhaps her feelings go beyond even that. Even if she was left behind, I doubt her heart would waver.
Okay. That actually is pretty sound deduction.
Right. It's time to begin ferreting out those of us who don't deserve to be at kindly Miquella's side.
And we can suggest Horn Scent. I like how you can suggest Tholier and Horn Scent, but not Mor, Ansbach, or Freya. I like how you can't do that. Probably because Freya is associated with Radahn, and Radahn apparently has a vow with Miquella, so there's that. Ansbach was with Moog, and I guess he did something with Moog's body or whatever. And Mor, I think Mor kind of represents Melania because of his brood association, who happen to be, the kindred of Rot, followers of the goddesses of Rot. So that's my guess anyway. So we're gonna suggest Horn Scent.
The Horn Scent. On one hand, he trusts Miquella the Kind to bring salvation to his people. With the enchantment lifted, his vengeful passions may once again ignite. But surely he'd be mindful of kindly Miquella's promise. On the other hand, the Horn Scent does present his own dangers. Perhaps your concerns are well-founded after all. Allow me some time to mull it over.
Okay, yeah. Who say her revenge will stop at Mesmer and America and the Erdtree. Maybe he'll decide that because Miquella is a child of America, he'll go after her, her, Miquella as well. So.
Allow me some time.
Okay. We'll allow you some time. We have other people to talk to. Next up, we'll talk to Freya. Although I probably could have done Tholier first, but who cares? They're not gonna go anywhere. Not gonna go anywhere until we talk to him. Oh, okay. I thought I saw something. Freya?
Oh, there you are. Good. If you happen to see Lady Leda, tell her that I'm striking out on my own. Don't worry. I've no mind to cross any of you. The guidance of kind Miquella remains etched into my very flesh. It's only... there's something that I must know.
What do you tend to look for?
Kindly Miquella spoke of the vow he once made with General Radahn, and it is here the vow shall be honored. I am a Redmane. I must know the nature of the vow.
Yep. You are a Redmane of Radahn, and if Miquella made a vow to Radahn, I guess warrior code dictates you must uphold said vow in your master's place. Maybe. Who knows? At least that's my guess.
I'll be out on my own for some time. There's something I must know.
And what if you become our enemy? Good question.
There is no need for concern. I will be true to my word. Though I do feel a hint of regret. Lady Leda, Honorable Ansbach, and warriors like you are all of a special breed. How glorious it would have been had we met in battle as sworn enemies.
Well, yeah, a warrior wants to fight, I guess.
I'll be out on my own for some time. There's something I must know.
All right. I think that's all she has to say. And then last but not least, well, no, never mind, not last. Dolier is going to be last, apparently. But next up, we'll talk to Ansbach. Sir Ansbach.
Kindly Miquella has discarded his Great Rune. The fog that vexed my aging faculties has been lifted, and follies better left forgotten haunt me once again. Once, in an attempt to free Lord Moog from his enchantment, I challenged tender Miquella, only to have my own heart rather artfully stolen. I knew not how weak I was. I believed that with sufficient mastery, even an Empyrean would be within reach of my blade. I could not have been more mistaken. Miquella the Kind is a monster, pure and radiant. He wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
Nothing more terrifying than love itself, huh? 'Cause love can do some crazy things. Just ask Helen of Troy. Or Troy. Helen's from Sparta, but that's in the Iliad.
Righteous tarnished. Miquella the Kind makes my blood run cold. I am loath to admit it. But even at this very instant, I wish to run very far away indeed.
I guess you're just not strong enough, huh?
Righteous tarnished, I am...
Okay. Don't worry, Ansbach. We're here for you. Alright, more. I'm probably going to make one decision I will probably regret later on, but...
I don't feel it. It's broken. Kind Miquella's light is gone. But I stand tall. Together, we work. Together. For Miquella the Kind.
Together. Alright. Okay, I think nothing new from you. Alright, more.
I don't know what to do. Our mother abandoned her brood. She did not love us. We are her children. What should we do? Must we be sad forever?
Here's the choice we must make. If we say put it behind you, it'll basically make more happy, uplift him. But he'll show up in the Leda fight in Inner Ilum. And he is a real pain in the butt in that fight. Or we can tell him to remain sad forever, in which case he'll be depressed. So depressed he'll die. And he won't show up in the Leda fight. You can still get his stuff. If you tell him to remain sad, his body will be at the, I think it's the Church of the Crusade, where that one wounded Kindred of Rot was. I'm pretty sure that's the location of his body, if you tell him to be sad forever. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I did this on my first playthrough, and I'll do it again, because I'm a kind person.
Maybe that's kindly Miquella's love. Love for all the unloved. love to banish the pain.
Well, I agree with the love for the unloved part, but love to banish the pain does not sound good. Does not sound nice. Pain is there to tell you that you are still alive. So don't ignore it. So,
I like finding things for you. Things.
okay, so he's back to his
Goodbye.
goodbye. More. So, I will probably come to regret that decision later on, but oh well. Alright. Last but not least, we'll go to Tholier, and we'll head right back to Leda. And she should have a decision by then. And hopefully she decides the way I think she will. Tholier? Or Tholier?
Oh, are you not affected? Even with the spell broken, I'm feeling rather lost. Haunted by memories of St. Trina. Her visage, her sen, the lure of velvety sleep. Would kindly Miquella chasten me for falling for St. Trina, while knowing that she was the discarded half? The problem is, I simply cannot help it. I would sacrifice everything just to gaze upon her one last time.
My friend, that sounds like you have a problem. But yeah, we were unaffected by the spell because we were never under his spell to begin with. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's all he really has to say, so I could buy some more, but yeah, let's get 2 more. Alright.
Just give me the word if you need any more poison.
I will. Yeah, I don't think you have anything more to say. You're just desperate to find Saint Trina to look upon her one last time. All right. So now we'll go back to Leda. Hopefully, she makes the decision I expect her to make. Yeah, more sense gone. All right, Lita, what is your decision?
Ah, there you are. It took me long enough, I know. But I've made my decision. I believe it wisest to eliminate the Horn Scent. If he were to point his blade at Sir Mesmer or Queen Marika, perhaps it would not matter. But vengeance changes a man. And one day, his blade may turn towards Miquella the Kind. Kindly Miquella is, after all, the true golden child. Even if he discards every last drop of his being, his lineage will always remain.
Now that's some strong faith there. That Miquella is the true golden child. Not Godwin, as a lot of people, well, at least a lot of the, what's the right word? Golden Order people believed, I think, Godwin was the golden child. But here let us saying Miquella is the true golden child. And if he was to become nothing, he would still carry on. Alright. Anything else?
I believe the Hornscent suspects what I have in mind. He never placed his full trust in me, even under the effect of kindly Miquella's spell. He must have recognized something. The scent of the killer that slept within me. The stench of crusted blood.
Okay. Yep.
I will follow the Hornscent. To have his revenge on Sir Mesmer, there is only one place he will go. The Black Keep.
To the Black Keep. The Shadow Keep.
I will follow the Hornscent. To have his revenge on Sir the Black.
Okay. Well. If we rest, she should move on. Oh, maybe not. I think we have to actually go into the keep in order for her to move on, but...
I will follow to have his the Black Keep.
Okay. So we actually have to go into the Shadow Keep for her to move on. Alright. Ah, yes. And yeah, if you told Moore to be sad forever, I believe he'll show up back here. His dead body would be back here, and you can get his armor and his shield from over there. But I was the kind, as I am always, well, and I am the kind person that I am, told him to put it past him, so. And that'll come back to bite me in the butt. I'm almost certain. Because if I do everything the way I plan to, the Letta fight's going to be a 4 versus 3. So, not too bad, but can still be chaotic. Alright, so now we'll move forward. Yeah, we'll go here through the woods towards the cathedral. Let's put it back to morning. Alright. Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of wolves, so. Yeah, we'll go torrent. Go fuck. I don't think there's anything really in the woods up here. I mean, okay. Oh. Here's Scarab. Okay. If we're going to do horseback archery, might as well just put this on. So I can get a little bit of damage boost. Raging Beast. Ashen War for the Beast Claws. Probably won't be using it because I don't care for Beast Claws. Actually, can we use it for actual claws? Oh no, just Beast Claws. Okay. Never mind. Is there anything down here? Probably not. No, okay. Yes, this should be... I'm trying to remember where it was at, but there should be another kind of hidden pot with a... Actually, no, you're just a bear. You do less damage, but Torrent won't slow down. Go. Yeah. I don't know, I'm being stubborn staying on the horse. I could have just hopped off and, you know, clawed him to death, but eh. Oh, hello. Hello, owl? Oops. Ah. Oh. Wow, you knocked us off the horse instantly? Okay, that was kind of weird. Instant dismount, huh? Oops. Yeah, there's a lot of wolves in here. A lot. Okay. But that should be most of them, so we're switch back to our initial get up. Keep the bow for now. Keep the bow out for now. Let's check this out first. Oh, come on. More wolves, huh? Well, I'm a bear. Let's see, this is more wolves. Cool. Bear time. The bear and its little hitbox. Oh, I love it. Yeah, you can. It has a charged and an uncharged attack. The best way to do the charge attack, you know, again, just hold down the button. But the uncharged is just a quick single roar. Charge one does the double roar after the first. I'm not gonna go that way just yet. I got a boar. You want to fight? You want to fight? Yeah, I thought so. Rawr. How much FP does it cost? Oh, I'm curious. 17. That's actually pretty good. There he is. That there is a furnace golem. So let's, oh. Yeah, he has armored legs, so let's keep this. He's gotta be careful. Again. Throw. Kinda worked. Ow, ow. go. We gotta jump up. What you gonna do? Jump up again? What you gonna do? Ah, perfect. We got a sweet hit. Sweet pot hit. Sweet spot hit. I mean, he drops the Cerulean Sapping Tear and the Furnace Visage. Yep. The Cerulean Sapping Tear just restores FP on hit. I don't think it's a lot. I think it's not a lot at all. So, yeah, sure, why not? Oops. I'll have to double check how much it restores, but I think it's only like 1% for like 60 seconds, maybe. It's meh. I mean, the 1% part, yeah, if I'm right, anyway. It may be like a flat amount, but okay. Ooh, and our buff roar out. Thank you, Fireproof Pickle Liver. You actually helped us out a lot. Yeah, I had this ready because of his little, he'll do this little fireball chucking thing. Yeah, the homing fireballs he does. Those stink. No, I don't need, oh, sorry. Fiddling with my select here. Put that back on. Okay. But yes, the proof liver definitely helped. That helped. So we did get hit like 2 or 3 times. So, and it does provide, I think, 35% damage reduction for like 2 minutes, I think. So it's definitely good. Alright, I'm just checking. I don't think there's anything else in this little area besides the furnace golem. Yeah, the first time I came up to him, I scratched my head like, how am I going to beat this guy? Because I couldn't do it at his feet. I didn't know about throwing the fire hefty pots into his head. So I'm like sitting here and I had to come back. I was like, ugh. But then I read the note at the Shadow Keep and was like, huh. So I did that, and that's figured it out. Ah, there it is. Oops. There's the hidden pot. I'm actually surprised you can actually see it from here. Now we're trying to get it so I can... Oh no! Didn't mean to do that. I want to angle it so I can hit it without having to go up there, because then I just have to come back down. Ooh, almost. Come on. Alright. I don't think I'm going to get it. No, if I get closer, it's just gonna... Yeah. No, I don't... Fine, whatever. We'll go up there and do it. I want to see if I can use this. Get over here, which I cannot. Cool. I didn't see anything up there anyway, so let's carry on. And our next thing is to get that pot. Next, it'll drop down. little lanterns. I'm gonna explore this little side first. Yeah, claws aren't the best horseback weapons. I know, I know. Right. Hey, look at that. A ton more wolves. This will probably work. Ooh, it did. Okay. Yeah, because of the rain, they're going to get better fire defense, but it still did enough damage. Ow. All right. So what we need is nice. Okay. Go over here, clear out these guys, shoot down the little jar pot thing. Oh, hello. All right. There it goes. Yeah, we're too high up to drop down because that'll kill us. So I have to do this. It should be right there. Okay. And here we have Griesponger's bell bearing. Gives us the resins. Okay. Both the root and the knots. Nice. Temporarily restores SP, FP upon landing attacks. So. Alright. So that will allow us more or less everything we need at the Twin Maiden Husk for the consumables. Well, most things, not all of it. Actually, I want to craft the hefty lightning pots. Because I think they have a slightly bigger AoE to them. Not by much, but I want to say they do. Did I come over here already? I think I did. Okay. Well, there's nothing over here. Oh, except for them. Four of the white wolves. Okay, that could have been dangerous because there was 4 of those guys. All right, I used up all. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Thought I used up all my lightning pots. No. Here's Grace. At Grace. Again, a ton of wolves. Dang. Oh yeah, Braggart's Roar also changes up the charge R2. Get a nice little lunge. Would I call it a lunge? It has a little charge to it, or a little forward movement. I'll leave it at that. Running low on my yellow fulgur blooms. I gotta figure out where to get those in good numbers. Alright. We'll check out this tower. This mage tower. Yeah, you got some dogs around. Glint slab fireflies. Those were the white wolves were at anyway. I don't see anything. Alright, nothing in the corner here. Nope, nothing in the corner. Cool. Oh, we can use our... Wonder what that's all about. Is the lift kind of like little... Rabbath's Rise. Okay. With the spirit spring outside, I wonder if there's no way up in this area. You have to use that to get to the next level. Ah, the spirit spring was sealed. Okay. Ah, clever. Yeah, because most of the other wizard towers in the base game, there's no illusory wall here, so there's a balcony. That's kind of why I almost guessed there was an illusory wall. Somewhere a spirit spring has been unsealed. It's probably the one that was outside. Okay, so it does still work. Okay. So what's with the spirit spring then? No, excuse me. Ah. Okay, so it doesn't work. All right, that makes sense. So that's why the spirit spring was out here, because that elevator won't go up once it goes down. I think the only way for it to go back up is to hit the lever on the inside. Alright, so where do I want to jump? This way? Yes. Cool. Why did you do that one? Oh my god, that gave me a heart attack. Why'd you do that dismount? Okay, so it will still come up and down, but the switch on the actual lift itself does not work. Or maybe it does. Okay. We'll give it a try. There's more to the tower, but we can't access it right now. Rabbath's Cannon. That's another ballista. Yeah, a masterwork of spell machinist Rabbath. Power the glintstones that encircle the barrel and imbue bolts with magic damage and guide shots towards their target. A bit of a homing feature to it. Cool. Yeah, but a spell machinist. Interesting. There's gotta be more to this Rabbath guy, but I think this is the only item that has his name, which is kind of weird. Well, no, it's not weird. It's actually pretty standard for FromSoft. One item mentioning one guy with some cool sounding title, and it's like, oh, that's the only thing. God damn it. But okay. I was just curious if this would illuminate something, but I guess not. Okay. Alright, and that's all we can do for the tower for now anyway. Yeah, because again, there is more to the tower, but we can't get to it from here. Alright. I'd rather at least stop at the cathedral. Let me just... okay, we'll clear out the... yeah, okay, we'll clear out the rest of this little zone and then this little side cliff down here. We'll do that and then I'll call an episode. Yeah, because I thought we'd be able to get to... Ymir, but I guess not. But, I always forget how big Shadow of the Archery is. Just a ton of wolves in this little area. Alright, so that way leads to the back entrance of the Shadow Keep. So it will put you into the actual Shadow Keep dungeon or Legacy dungeon if you go that way. You'll end up in the church district. But I'm not quite ready to go in there just yet. I hate how you have... rawr. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get our extra poise from... we had to wait a bit to get the extra poise from the roar. And these guys' little headbutts do 100 poise damage, so it's like... we only had 65, so we were definitely gonna get knocked out without the extra poise. But it worked out, so we're good. Okay, we got a graveyard up here. A bunch of bony boys. Ow. Okay, I wasn't really expecting bony boys. No, it's a weapon buff, so I need this. Nope. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. You know what? No, we'll just take out Golden Epitaph. We're good. If I knew those bony boys, I would have gotten Sacred Blade instead of Electrify Armaments. I didn't realize, I kind of forgot this was up here. Let's just go this way. Standard longsword moveset. Oh! I completely forgot you were up here. Huh. Another Moore's Brood. So what you got for us? Forger's Cookbook number 6. Some 2 gems. Okay. Yep. Okay. I don't... for whatever reason, I didn't believe you could get up here, but well, I guess I was wrong. Alright, and this gives us well-pickled turtlenecks. Awesome. We love well-pickled turtlenecks. Anything that boosts stamina recovery rate is just excellent in my book. Alright. Continue exploring this little section. Back down to the grave site. Or graveyard, but whatever. Just looking. Oh. Yes, Golden Epitaph has the ability by itself to prevent undead resurrection, so if you're only facing 1 or 2, you don't need the Ash of War. It's just the Ash of War is there to make you kill them faster. Get down here. Okay. Is there anybody else? Screechy Owl? Screechy Owl. Really? You're gonna do that? Oops. There. Yeah, the pots have a small AoE to them, so if they're close enough, just chuck it between them. Alright, what do we have? Blessed Bone Shard, cool. I'd rather have a Broken Rune, but okay. So what's more undead gonna pop out? Yes. All right. Anybody else want to negotiate? Anybody else? No? Smart. Smart move. Glovewort's cool. It's a grave, so I don't really care. Okay. I think our foray into the undead is done. Alright. To be honest, I completely forgot about this upper section. Okay. Let's get our claws back on. Oh, I thought you were something else. Okay. Alright, so one last trip. I'm gonna stick to the right here. Hopefully go down this little path. Quite a number of marionettes. And I overshot. Oh, you're not dead. You were... I thought you were a sword guy. You do have swords. Why are you shooting bows? I did not see things, did I? He had swords, but he was shooting bows. Game, you're kind of weird at times. And since it's night, we actually, this shows up. Got another larval tier. That makes what? 6? 6. Cool. So here's another one. Just kind of give me an idea of where it was. Alright, marionettes will skip by you. We'll come back for you guys. I gotta go this way. You guys, we won't skip. Yes, because Braggart's Roar is a weapon buff, so... Okay. Braggart's Roar is a weapon buff. Completely forgot. Well, I should have known, but... oh well. That's probably why it doesn't show up in the damage negation stat, because it's a weapon buff. Ooh, it got dark. Real dark. No, I want to keep that on, but we're going to face this one. Okay. Still really dark, but oh. Thank you. I don't think there's any more hidden jar things in the area. I don't think there's any more at all. No, there is one more actually. At least one more, I believe. The little red sparkles remind me of when you burn the tree, the zones kind of get like a little red sparkle thing. Whatever. Alright. Now let me check what's up here. Trying to keep an eye out for any more hidden jar pot things. I don't think there's any on this side. There's the one on the other side by the furnace golem. I don't think there's any over here. All right. Surround me if you want, for I can roar like a bear. Yeah, the Roar of Regulia is probably one of your better AoE incantations because it's centered on you and it's decently quick to cast at 60 dex, so. And it's also relatively cheap, so that's another thing to keep in mind. 17 FP for a good AoE damaging spell, you know, I'm not gonna argue. And I want to. I wonder if Braggart's Roar, because it does increase physical damage, and the Roar of Regulia does physical damage. So I wonder if that'll stack or affect the Roar. Something I should test. We got some fierce winds, fierce storms. And I did show earlier in the playthrough that this kind of weather has a bigger detriment on your magic and lightning negations. Yeah, regular rain, 10% increased fire defense, fire negation, 10% less lightning negation. But in a fierce storm like this, it's 15, not 10. So keep that in mind. All right. Oh, excuse me. All right. It's this little cave with a whole bunch of glintstone fireflies outside. There it is. And that drops the Ashawar Karian Sovereignty. A very powerful Ashawar. I cannot stress how powerful it can be if you fully charge it and manage to get off both its initial attack and its follow-up. Because damn. You put that on a greatsword. I think the total stance damage on a greatsword, I believe it comes out to about 80 something. I think it's like 86, give or take. So yeah. God, you could hit like 5 digits damage with that thing if you get all of it off. So yeah, it's really powerful. Again, if you can get it off. It does charge up pretty slowly, but once you get the first attack off, the follow-up is almost guaranteed to hit. But I would say guaranteed, but it's in fact, Ralana, yeah, Ralana, the twin Moon Knightess, she actually does the attack during her boss fight. Yeah. She'll form a Kari or a magic greatsword, slam it down, and then she follows up with a horizontal 360. That's Karian Sovereignty. So we have that for ourselves now. All right. I think that is all I'm going to do for today. Yeah. I don't think there's any other jar on this side, so we'll go back to Grace, and then we'll call it an episode. We're coming, Ymir, we're coming. All right. right. All right. And with that, I'll call an episode. Wait. Okay. Gotta make sure they don't come my way. All right. So, I'll call an episode. We made a bit of progress. Yep. The first half of the episode was like talking to NPCs. Hornsent, Letta, Freya, Ansbach, Moore, and Solier. Yeah. Hornsent basically said, "I'm going after Mesmer. Don't get in my way." So, Lita, I would say, started reverting back to her true self, an unbridled killer, in her own words, I think. And she's going to cull the followers of potentially unloyal people. So she asked us for suggestions. We said Dolier, but he was like, he loves Saint Trina. Saint Trina's the other half of Miquella, who loves Miquella, so I don't think he's going to betray. And then we suggested Hornsent, and she was like, he does believe in Miquella's vow, but he is a Hornsent who's out for vengeance, so maybe. And then we talked to Freya, who's said, we're not going to get anybody's way, but I must know what the vow that Miquella and Radon made. I must know what it is. So, and then Ansbach, he basically remembered his little bout against Miquella and how utterly defeated he was, and how much of a monster Miquella is, able to wrench his heart so artfully. And then we talked to Moore, who didn't know what to do, so we told him to don't be sad, basically. That basically guarantees he's going to show up in the Letta fight in Inner Ilum. I'm probably going to come to regret it, but that's the decision I made in my first playthrough, and I'm trying to do what I did the first time, but anyway. So we told Moore not to be sad, so we were good. Yep. And then we went back to Lita, we went to Tholier, who's basically in withdrawal symptoms for not seeing Saint Trina. He's dying to see her once again, so. Yeah. Which means since Miquella broke his rune, the little fissure in the cerulean coast, this thing right here, the door that blocked our progress is gone, so we can go down there and progress all the way to the end. So which is the plan to do for the next episode or two. I don't know. We'll be doing it very soon. I'll just put it at that. So, and then we went back to Lita, who made up her mind that she'll actually go after Hornsent, because vengeance does change a man, so she can't put her faith into Hornsent's belief in Miquella's covenant or whatever. So, rawr. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. Yep. And then after that, we went to this grace outside of Bonny Village and went our way this way. It took a whole bunch of wolves in this area, like a whole bunch. I think it's a bit crazy, but a bit too much, but wolves aren't that difficult. Their only issues in the sheer number that they have, so as long as you play it carefully, you're not going to have a problem. And then we took on a furnace golem. It had guarded legs, so we had to throw hefty fire pots into its opening. And it dropped for us the Cerulean Sapping tier. Yeah. The FP Restore on Hit tier. So I won't be using it, but it's there if you need it. Found one of the hidden jars to get one of the bell bearings, the greasemonger bell bearing. Went up there. Actually went up to the as high up into the mage tower as we could. There is more to it, as you can see. There is a drop down into the top, So there is more to it, but we can't get it from here. Where we picked up Rabbath's cannon, which we won't be using. And then we made our way that way, where we found some undead, and another one of Moore's forager brood, who gave us another cookbook. And then we came down this way, where we all the way through some wolves, defeated a scarab who gave us the Carrion Sovereignty Ash of War. Yep. Really powerful Ash of War. Probably won't be using it, but it's there if we need it. All right. Yep, and that was it. And then next episode, we'll be actually making our way to the Cathedral of Manus Metyr. I was actually hoping to do it this episode, but all those wolves kind of slowed us down. And the area is a lot bigger than it looks. Yeah, so anyway. So yeah, next episode, making our way to the Cathedral of Manus Metyr. And as you saw, there's going to be quite a number of marionette soldiers. Yeah, quite a number of them. So we got to prepare ourselves for that. Clear out the cathedral or explore the surrounding the cathedral's surroundings, and then we'll go inside and talk to Count Emir and start his little quest line. Yep. So hopefully this should only take maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. Hopefully we can do this pretty quickly, because once we do talk to Ymir, he'll probably send us down this way to this little thing. Yep. So the only time I'll actually go into here is for Ymir's quest line, which will start next episode. Can't wait for that. Yep. And then we'll go back to Ymir. He'll probably give us the next step. Then after that, we'll actually go down into the fissure. We'll do the fissure after that. And hopefully progress Thulir's quest line all the way to the end. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. The Protestant Knight will probably give us a little trouble, but who knows. But yeah, that's for another episode. And I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.